Linear thinking has been keeping us broke. And it's not necessarily your fault. But after this video, it will be. Because I'm going to teach you how to escape from linear thinking. At least how I'm trying to escape from it. Because like I said, it's keeping us broke. Meaning you and me right now. And I thought I was past this way of thinking until this last season that I'm going through right now, where I realized I am not past this way of thinking. In fact, I was even in a deeper state that I didn't even realize I had of linear thinking. But let me explain what linear thinking is. You might have heard it called as the employee mindset. It's really a piece of the employee mindset. Because when you're paid as an employee, you get paid linearly. So if you work 2 hours, you get paid for 2 hours. If you work 10 hours, you get paid for 10 hours. So the money you make goes up linearly with the time you put in. This could not be further from entrepreneurship. You could put in 10,000 hours and make no money. Or you could put in 2 hours and make $1 million. It doesn't happen linearly. This is also the same with skills as well. So skills allow you to make the money in entrepreneurship. But skills do not get learnt linearly. At least the results don't happen linearly. So these videos that I'm making right now, where I'm trying to improve on my speaking, I'm trying to improve on my camera presence, I'm trying to improve on being a likable person in general. Right now, these things get no views. In fact, the views will probably get less than they did when I first started because the hype wore off. And the skills that I'm learning, I'm slowly getting better and better and better, but it's very slow. And the results are not exponential yet, or they are exponential. They're just not on the curve. Like they're not on the actual fun part of the exponential curve. They're in this like dead trough part. And most people would give up, man, because it's not easy and it doesn't make sense. We've been programmed by school, whether maliciously or not, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. We've been programmed that you work 1 hour, you get $10. You work 2 hours, you get $20. You work 15 hours, oh, maybe you get an extra $20 for doing that much. But it's not how the world works as an entrepreneur. And after coaching a lot of guys, I really believe that that's what is killing us, is we continue to think that we deserve some kind of outcome based on how school has trained us. When it's just not how it works. And recently, this deeper level that it's been haunting me at is I made a lot of money last year. And currently, like this past month, I made less revenue keyword, than I did revenue in last May. Even though my product is 10 times better, my speaking skills are better, my videos are better, literally everything that I can think of is better, yet I'm making less revenue. How can that be? Thankfully, I have a background in trading stocks. Not that I was good at it, but I studied it for a while. And you learn that even if you had the best company in the world and everything was going good for them, their stock price could be going down or flat for years, depending on the market, depending on the environment, depending on the circumstances surrounding the company. Because ultimately, over time, the value wins. But it doesn't happen linearly. When a company goes up in value, their stock price does not immediately go up in value. Or vice versa, if they go down in value, the stock price doesn't immediately reflect that. In the short term, the stock market is a voting machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine. I think that might have been Benjamin Graham. Honestly, I don't know. I heard it from somebody else. But what that means for you and me is that our business, our skills, you will not be immediately rewarded for it. It goes against everything in your life right now. Right now, if you work 1 week, you get paid for that week. Right now, if you take this test in school, you get the grade back like that. You open up your phone, you post something, you get immediate feedback or no immediate feedback. But in this real long-term value creation business entrepreneurial world, you might not see the effects of what you do for years. And that's why so many people, I believe, don't make it. Because without God, I would not have made it through this past 6 months where things were going wrong, even though it seemed like everything was going right. I was doing everything right. Why? How come things are not exponentially growing like they were? It's because I didn't understand. I was thinking linearly. I thought in the past, all those actions I was doing was immediately making me more and more money. 30K, 40K, 50K, 60K a month, 70K a month. And then I thought recently that all these good actions must not be good because my revenue isn't directly reflecting it. But what was funny is those things in the past, I just had a really good market environment. It was mainly luck. I mean, I really didn't know what I was doing. But because the environment was favorable to where I was positioned, I was riding the wave. And when the market slowed down in this environment that I'm in right now, guess what? My stuff slowed down. And so the important part is not to think that your actions directly correlate to the results you get this week. It's understanding where do you want to go in 10, 15 years? And how do you relentlessly learn those skills and take those actions and wait for the market? Because the market's going to come back around. And the more and more skilled you get, the more you position yourself in the right section of the market to take advantage of that upswing. Like I said, example from trading is a type of trading that me and my best friend back then would do is we were always trying to be in the sectors that had momentum. So whether it was being in the EV sector or the AI sector, or maybe banks were moving at that time, or maybe it was something like defense contractors, whatever. Whatever sector was moving, we wanted to be in. So we were learning how to position ourselves to where the money and where the hype was flowing. And so you don't want to change your business every single week. And so you got to figure out where is the hype flowing long term, and how do I lock in on this thing and wait for the pendulum to come back? Because it's not always going to be, the spotlight won't always be on your sector, whatever you're doing. But I don't want you to blame the market, though, for you not having the skills. You can make 10K a month doing anything at any time, bro. It's just skills. But I want you to realize that the skills that you're learning might not pay off immediately. In fact, they probably won't. It'll more than likely take you 10 times longer than you think. But that's okay. That's the game. That's the game that God has given us to play. And I'm just honored and blessed to be able to play it. But hopefully this lesson kind of helps you guys a little bit with understanding that things don't happen linearly in this world. And so if you're wondering why are the results not here yet and you want to quit, don't quit, man. Don't quit. It's coming. But it's going to take a lot more time and a lot more effort. But on the flip side, there are times when you do not deserve to get all the abundance you do, but it just flows. Mainly because of just the season. You never know, man. There's seasons for everything. As the Bible says, there's a season for everything. Season to reap or a season to plant and a season to harvest. So it's just understanding that life comes and goes in seasons, and not to think that every single thing you do right now will end up in the outcome that you want right now. So hopefully this helps, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.